This video is the walkthrough of practice 2 for the midterm. Just as practice 1, I will take a snapshot or a checkpoint. I've already deleted the practice 1 checkpoint. Now log in as root. This time we create a directory called exam under the root directory, making sure that we put the / in front of the new directory name. Change into the new directory, exam. We're creating 5 directories. 2 of them are subdirectories under a data folder. We create finance. We also create data. With the subdirectory of faculty. Here you'll notice I added a -p. So faculty is a subfolder of data. -p says create the parent folder if it does not already exist. Since data does not exist, and I'm trying to create faculty inside of data, the -p will create both folders. Staff also needs to be created and saves. I use an ls-r. I see that data, finance, and saves are created. I see another section here for data, and we have faculty and staff are created. Next, we need to create a text file inside the finance directory. Change into finance. Use your Vim text editor. Create the text file money. I for insert. Enter the information. Once all the information is saved, use escape. Insert goes away in the lower left corner, and use your :WQ to write and quit. I will view the created file. We need to change permission. The owner has read and write permission. The groups and others have no permission. The permissions do need to be changed. chmod. And read and write is a combination of 4 for read, 2 for write, which gives us 6. No permissions would be 0s for group and others, followed by the file name. The ownership is user1, and the group is users. chown command is change owner. We type the ownership first for the username, user1, followed by a colon, followed by the group that we want to change. In this case, the instructions state users, followed by the file name. We'll verify with ls-l. The permissions are correct. The ownership is correct, and the group ownership is correct. Now we need to create a spring report.txt in the data folder. I will change into the data folder. I'll use Vim. With the file name. Type in the information. Use escape when your message is typed, and :WQ again to save and quit the file. With the file created, The instructions say the owner has read, the group has read, and others have read. The permissions are not set correct, so use chmod to change the mode section of the file. Read permission is a value of 4. And since user, group, and others are all read, we'll use 4s, followed by the file name. The owner set to user 1, and the group set to games. The change owner command. User 1 is first, as it is the owner of the file, followed by a colon, followed by the group name, followed by the file name. Viewing the long listing again, we see the permissions are set correct. The owner and group are now set. We'll now practice copying the files and renaming the files. Both files should be copied to the Saves folder. I'll go to the Saves folder. I'll use the copy command. I'll provide the path to the money.txt file, followed with a period to say copy here. I'll use a relative path to copy the spring report.txt file. Both ways are correct. Use the one you are most comfortable with, relative path or absolute path to the file name to copy. Don't forget the period at the end. Now that both files are in the Saves folder, we need to rename them. The move command is for rename. Change the file extension to .sav. You'll notice I used my tab complete to autocomplete the file names. The last step, create a symbolic link inside the faculty and staff directories. I will move to the faculty directory. ln-s, create symbolic links. I need to create a link to the spring report.txt file. Then it should be renamed to current report. A long listing should show the file is cyan in color. I will use my up arrow key after changing into the staff folder to reissue the link command. Again, if you made a mistake with the link command, it will show up red in color. I purposely made a mistake. You would need to remove the report file that is red and recreate it with the correct path. The last part, how much space does the root partition have? The disk free command followed with a -h switch will show the / directory has 29 gig available. The final, that value will be different. How much space does the home folder use? The home folder will use directory usage command followed with a -sh followed by the folder. This gives us 15 megabytes is consumed in the home folder directory. To view a file, you can use the cat command, less command, a text editor, or several other options can view a text file. To view the permissions on a file, you'd use the ls command with the -l switch, followed by the file name and directory path. Now that I've completed the lab, I have the ability to go back in time, apply the checkpoint, this erases everything that I did, and which would allow me to log back in and practice again. As you see, the exam directory and everything we did have been reverted. Once you're completed, you can delete the checkpoint. I'm not going to practice again, so I'm going to delete. Keep your checkpoint until you're finished practicing.